Today we're going to be going through the Ford Mustang Mach-E app. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the app, so stay tuned. Hey, Crazy Will here from Crazy Will's Tech Show. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Ford Mustang Mach-E's app. I'm going to show you the ins and outs, things I like about it, things I don't like about it, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to show you how it works so you guys can get an informed decision or get some information on how to use it for the Mustang Mach-E. Now, if you don't know this, the Mustang Mach-E is an electric vehicle. You could see one of my videos right here explains to you why I bought it. And if you want to see the infotainment center, I did a video a couple weeks back. You can see that right here, and it shows you the ins and outs of the infotainment center. That's this giant, beautiful screen that's in the middle of Ford Mustang Mach-E. But today we're going to be taking a look at the app. And now, if you don't know this, you can use this app as your key. So you can use your phone as a key. You can actually go up to it and unlock your car, if you will, or start it up and go on from there. And there's many other features. Let's go take a look at it and let's dive into it right now. So here we are at the screen of my iPhone, and we're going to open up the Ford Pass app. And before we get started with this app, I will say I've seen other people with electric cars outside of Tesla. Like, Tesla has a very robust app. I've noticed, like, my cousin has Chevy Blazer, battery powered one, and it was almost like the same exact app. So I kind of feel like, as far as apps, this is maybe like a cookie cutter kind of app that car companies are using. Even my mother, she has a gas powered vehicle, and she got a Honda, and it kind of felt like the same type of app. So I don't know if there's like a standard app that they use and they just use it throughout the whole car companies, and maybe it's a company that just does this app and does it for every car company. I don't know how that works, but I've noticed that they're very similar. So anyway, we're going back to the app, and I've rambled. This is the screen that you're introduced with. So first thing right up the top here is I named mine. Me and my wife call it Roxanne, and you can see that name right there. At the other side, if you have multiple cars, which I actually do, that's my work vehicle, and that's my vehicle, and you can select which vehicle you want, and you can also select the vehicle, or you can look at vehicle details, or you can add another vehicle if you have another Ford. If you click on vehicle details, it gives you even more information, and I'm not going to show you that because it shows the VIN number and everything else. Not that I think that's a big deal, but I just don't want to do that. So we'll select the vehicle, which is Roxanne Mustang Mach-E. We're going to click on the little icon up there. It looks like a person, and this is your account. If you have a message about your vehicle, a recall or something like that, it'll be up there. Notifications. It'll give you cabinet temperature, completed charging, which cabinet temperature is actually new, which I haven't seen that right there, but I guess if it gets too hot in there, it does that. Sign-in security, account information you don't need to see, legal notices, same crap, rewards, connecting to services. You could actually set up an appointment with Ford. My Ford dealership doesn't really do it very well, so I don't bother with that. Haven't had very good luck with Ford dealerships in North Carolina, I will tell you that. Ford Credit, I have never used that. Contact help or chat, so you can contact or chat with that. Basic information there on your account settings. It tells me that the vehicle is parked. I can lock the vehicle by holding down on this, and we'll go ahead and do that. And you'll probably hear it because I'm in the office attached to the garage. Or I can unlock it, and you hold down on it. You got to hold down on it, and it gives a second. And we didn't actually hear it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that back up. This is Bluetooth controls. If you're close enough to the vehicle, like if, I'm sitting in my office and I can see my vehicle outside, if the Bluetooth is close enough, I can control these things. So I can roll down the windows by holding down on it, or roll up the windows, pop the front, or pop the trunk. And they come in really handy. It's nice. If you're close to the vehicle, you can go ahead and do that. Now, you don't need Bluetooth for this control here. You can click on this. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the climate control. Turns on the air conditioning or the heat. It doesn't do it at full blast. It seems like it's kind of working off your car battery. And if you don't know, the actual car has a car battery, a 12-volt car battery, opposed to the battery that's actually in the car, which is underneath it. So it's two separate batteries, believe it or not, in this car. So you still have a regular standard car battery. And I looked it up, and basically what it is they have a 12-volt system, and it was just easier just to put a 12-volt battery. Under my assumption, again, this is another assumption, I feel like it's only working off of that battery because it doesn't really cool down the car really great. It's like very basic. And also with this, as you could see as I clicked on it, and there's no extended controls. It's whatever I set the climate to. So if the heat was on, because it was a cold morning, the heat's coming back on, even though it's a hot afternoon. Whatever you set it to is what it will start as. I think this was kind of a fail in this app, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because my car doesn't need to be on, and you just tap it again and it says powering down. So if I had to guess, don't quote me on this, I'd say it's running off of the 12 volt battery because it doesn't feel like it's getting full power of the air conditioning or the heat, but it does do the job. It does a basic. If it's freezing out, I like it better in the cold than I did in the summertime. It does cool it off a little bit, but it doesn't hit it like it should. So I really wish they would kind of either figure out how to engage the battery or, and I may be wrong on that, but something's missing where it's not blasting out the cool air like it should or heating like it should. It's like on a low power mode. I really hope Ford improves this app and actually makes the climate better. But we'll go to the next one. You can look at locations. If you click on that, click on locations, it shows a map and locations. I'm just going to tell you what it does. It just shows a map and locations where the actual car is. So like your wife borrow the car, or you let your son or daughter borrow the car and you want to know where they are, where they said they're going to be, you can click on that and see that where that is. Settings, you can click on this right here and you can do software updates. And I have it on automatic. It goes at 1 in the morning. Phone as a key. This is where you'd set up your phone as a key when you're sitting in the car. And it also shows the devices that are active. So this device and my wife's device as well. This is where you would go to get your key set up. Vehicle access, and this gives you access. Yes, I accidentally made another key. I might actually show you how to set that up if enough people look at this video and want to see that. I could reset instructions. You can click on that and reset a key. I'm not going to play with any of that stuff because I don't want to mess up my app. There's that. You'll see the vehicle down here, and right next to it you'll see energy. We'll click on that. You can click on public charging, so you could actually look for public charging in your area. And it gives me a bunch of lists of public charging in my area. Target charging. You want to do this, guys. If you own this car, if you have any electric vehicle, you want to target it. I target it at home. I target it for 85, and you can click on it and you can adjust it that way. Blur out my address, obviously. I have it at 85. The recommendation's 80. I just feel like 85 is just more of the safe spot. You want to give some room in the battery, but the manufacturer gives you a lot of room in the battery that you don't know about from what I've read. At work, because I'm going back and forth to work, I have it, and I can charge at work. I have it set to 90 because I'm going to be driving it right afterwards. So that works in that aspect. So we'll go back. So down here you can do a schedule if you want to constantly keep it plugged up, preferred charging times. So you can click on that and you can say charging times. Home, I have it, let's see, anytime on the weekends. You can adjust all this stuff. So if you click on it, I could actually see I don't have any problems with electric as far as peak times, and I know that some states or some electric companies do peak hours. During the day it's cheaper, or at night it's cheaper. I forget which one it is, but apparently people get charged differently for different times of day. We don't in North Carolina, so I don't care. I just have it going nonstop. If you have a solar array, you could do that. But anyway, each location has their parameters, and I have them both set to any time, so it doesn't really matter. Departure time. This is another cool thing. If you want to add a departure time, you can have it turn on automatically and have it connected to the charger. It'll automatically turn on the car and get it pre-warmed or pre-cooled for you. So you could just click add and you could select, all this information. I've never played with that. My schedule's sporadic. We have advanced down here, access and permissions. You can click on this. You could share your charging access. So I'm not going to let anybody share that. So automatic plug and charge. This is really cool, and I already applied for this, and I'm waiting for my Tesla adapter, which was supposed to be this month, but it hasn't shown up yet. So I don't think it's coming yet. I think Ford's falling behind on that, but it's fine. They're giving it to me for free, so I'm not complaining. Basically, you could set up plug in and charge if the charging station has that available, where you plug it into the car and the charger will communicate to one another, like Tesla charging stations or American Energy, I think it was, or something like that. I forget the name of it. I don't do a lot of charging. Charging history shows you how much charging I've done, and you can, like, from home, I'll click on this one, but I did a 10% charge at 59 minutes. I only have a 32 amp charger which came with it, and I've got my service updated, so I have a 50 amp breaker going to a 32 amp charger which came with the car, which is the standard one that came with the car. But this is how long it took. It tells you, energy added was only 7 kilowatt hours. Started it was at 75%, ended it was at 85%. I was actually showing it off to my brother, which hates electric cars. But anyway, you could see where it added. So let's go to the top one. and I'll blur this out again just to give you guys an idea. They have a Grizzly charger at my job, and that one's supposed to be 48 amp charger, but for some reason it's not charging that fast. Oh, I don't know if they didn't wire it correctly or if the distance of the wire, I don't know what that is. I added 125 miles. It took 4 hours and 17 minutes and added the energy, so you could see all that. So it started at 41% and then ended at 90, and then I went home. So there's your progress, so you get an idea, and I'll probably do a video on charging. So let's go to services. That's the little toolbar in the corner here. Vehicle health, good, which is great. Customer satisfaction program, don't click on that. That's something with the plug was getting stuck. Schedule service, again, like I said earlier, the schedule service doesn't work for some reason with my Ford dealership where I'm at. Roadside assistance, I've never used it, but apparently that's where you click on it and you can ask for towing or vehicle location, blah blah blah. Collision assistance, I guess you could set it up with Ford so they can fix your car. Service history, you can click on that and you can see all the service history, the things that were done to the car, which I kind of like. You're able to see everything, you know, where this car has been. Reference guide, maintenance schedule. This is actually new, they added this in. So here's what happens at your 10,000 mile brake pad inspection. Choose, it tells you everything that they're gonna do. Don't tell you how much they're gonna charge you for it though, but anyway, gives you an idea. That's pretty cool. That's new. I didn't see that last time. They didn't have this in here last time, so I'm actually going to show that to my wife. But in a nutshell, this is the app. So that was the Ford Mustang Mach-E app. I really like the app. There's just some improvements. Like I mentioned earlier, I think that we should be able to control the temperature a little bit better. I'd like to be able to click on that button and it gives me an array of different things that I could do temperature-wise. Another thing that I would really like is the ability to view some of the cameras remotely, which would really be nice. I know Teslas have that capability where they can view the cameras and see if something's going on or they get alerts. I would like that as well. Like if, you know, someone jostles the car, it will send me an alert and say, hey, something's going on, or record. So there's a lot of things that I saw that the Tesla has that the Ford Mach-E does not. So I'm hoping they'll bridge that gap. That's it for me, guys. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to get notified when I make a video. And remember, you could do anything if you put your mind to it. Later, guys. Ability where they can view the cameras. Boss. It's over. That's it, guys. I mean, there's other videos up there, or if you want to do me a huge favor, click the like button or subscribe button's even better.